You thought you were going to die. You thought that was it. What a terrible piece of news to get.
I just couldn't believe it. And when the way they told me, it was just sort of like, oh, it's raining outside. I said, what are you... I have a brain tumor. What are you talking about? I'm so healthy. Yeah,
because you really look after yourself. I mean, you are a very healthy woman. You always have.
Yeah, I've always looked after myself. And so it was just it was a complete shocker. And then I had to wait a month for the surgery, and that was horrible.
That's horrible, because all of these things that are going through your head, I mean, that is so graphic. You know, it's gruesome, but that was what it was like. And there you are with that. Look how brave you are with a thumbs up.
I was right. Well, I was literally, Lorraine, I was so happy that I woke up. You know, you don't know. And then when you wake up, you don't know if you're going to be the same person. You just don't know. And the doctors kept coming in every 10 minutes to make sure everything functioned all right. And, you know, because when you do surgery on the brain like that, you're very vulnerable.
God, it's so scary. And, of course, you're a mum. You've got your 2 sons. You've got your 2 little ones. That's the first thing you think about.
You don't think about yourself. I don't care about myself. It's all about I have 2 4-year-olds, and I thought, this can't be happening.
And they're so young as well. How on earth do you tell them, or do you not tell them? What did you do?
Well, you know, I didn't tell them, and some people will ridicule that and say that's terrible, but I just didn't want to worry them. They're too young. They didn't understand. Even my mom, I didn't tell my mom the full story. I just said, oh, I had this little thing, and
I've got to go to hospital for, and I'll be fine.
It's only a few hours, and you know, a few hours surgery.
You didn't want people to worry.
I just didn't want people to worry, and so I sort of dealt with it myself for a month, and then.
Did you just tell them you were away working or something, or Mummy will be away for a couple of days?
I said, I'm just going to go, I just have to go and do some filming for a few days, and then I came back with the bandage, as you saw in the picture, and I said, look at Mommy's really cool hat. And they said, oh, Mommy, we want that hat. I said, no, you don't want this hat.
No, you don't want that hat. Definitely not.
But to this day, they don't know what happened.
When they're older, you can tell them when everything's okay. Now, and how about you? Do you have to still be monitored, or what happens? Are you still kind of like, you've just got to be careful and go back for checkups and things?
Well, after the surgery happened, I went back every 3 months, and now I'm coming up to my year anniversary. And so now I'll be able just to have checks every year, but I have to, have MRIs for the rest of my life.
Sure, you've got to keep on top of it. I
have to keep on top of it.
It's interesting, because I think something like that has got to change you fundamentally. I mean, do you feel like a different woman? Do you feel that you'll ever get back to that woman you were before the operation?
Oh, you'll never get back to that, you know, and I'm a little bit more vulnerable, and every time I go to my checkups, it's, you get scared, and again, it's not for me, it's for my kids. I want to, but I'm strong, and I know I'm going to live till I'm 90 years old, and I have my 2 beautiful children.
That's made all the difference to your life, hasn't it?
Completely.
And such an amazing story, because you had a surrogate and then you got pregnant as well. So your boys are like twins almost, aren't they?
My boys are sort of like, they're 3 weeks apart.
3 weeks apart, gosh.
Yes.
And the 2 of them just treated exactly the same. They're both exactly the same, aren't
they? Exactly the same. Yeah. And eventually I'll tell.
They're so cute.
Eventually, God, they're so cute.
They are.
Oh,
you did good there.
Oh, they're just.
And one day you can sit them again. One day you sit down and tell them, and it's just their reality, You just let them know, and it's fine.
Yeah, maybe it was, it wasn't very nice going through it, and sometimes I just want to forget about it. But now I'm doing something good. I now have my charity, my brain cancer research, and we're doing great things. And we just got a lot of funding, so we're going to make a difference, and we're going to help find a cure. And so I'm turning something really, really bad into something really good.
And that's the thing about you. You've got such energy, and, you're always somebody who is very, very positive and who wants to give something back.
So are you.
No, but it's great. It's really good. And you talked about the funny bandage, and it was like, look at Mummy's funny hat. But there's this brilliant thing called Wear a Hat Day.
Yes.
Where you can, and I know you're doing that with Debbie McGee and also with Sheila Hancock. So the 3 of you, that's 3 forces of nature. And it's just encouraging people to wear a hat just to raise awareness,
I guess. To create the awareness, and again, create more funds so we can find a cure, and collaborations. And I just was something so horrible. I want to make a difference, and I have a second chance now, because it's gone. I had the surgery, and I'm well, I'm not back fully to myself, but I'm healthy and I'm good.
Yeah, it's interesting you say you just feel a little bit more vulnerable, and I can completely understand that. Completely understand that. Absolutely. We're going to put all the details about Wear a Hat Day into our website, and all of the details of your charity, because I think what you're doing is incredible. It really is.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Let's just make a difference.
Boys are great. What age are the boys now?
They're 4.
No.
It goes by like that.
It's terrifying.
Like that. They're in school. They're already talking back to me.
Of course.
Oh, I know, I know.
But it's great. Thank you, Caprice.
Oh,
Always
thanks
really
for
good to see
having
you.
me.
Thank you so much.